I am about to scream. I was like a good couple of minutes into recording the video and then it just shut off. So hopefully this will work. Today I thought I would do a haul video for you guys. I recently got back from our high school trip to Spain and France. We were there for about 12 days just going around Spain and France. We went to Madrid, Barcelona, and Paris, and Normandy, as well as a few small towns in between while we were going from place to place. Bought a lot of stuff and I recorded, I vlogged, I managed to vlog consistently throughout the trip. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it all into one video or split it into each country or each city or each day. It depends on how much footage I have and how much footage I have in each day. I've finished packing and before I brought my suitcase downstairs, I thought I would just film this little haul video while I still had everything out because I haven't finished putting everything away yet because I'm a mess. Without further ado, I'll just start explaining all of this stuff to you guys again. Not everything, just the stuff from Madrid. First off, from Madrid, one of the first places that we saw was the Museo del Prado. I didn't manage to buy any souvenirs because we went there literally on the first day that we were there. We landed at 9 a.m. in Madrid and had our first full day of touring. Like, that's how crazy the pace of this tour was. It was great, but it was busy. Because I was so dead, and because we only had 2 hours in the museum, I didn't really get to buy anything, but I did grab these free brochures. So it's just kind of like the activities that they had in July, in the summer season, and then just the map of the museum. And then we went to the Palacio Real. This was on a different day. I don't remember which days we went to each thing, but we went to the Palacio Real on the next day, I believe. So I got a magnet, which we're going to be giving to someone else. I don't have it with me right now, but it was basically a magnet, a picture of the main entryway in the castle. And then for myself, I got this little guidebook. I got guidebooks from most of the monuments and palaces and landmarks that we went to just because, you know, it has cool information so I can remember the stuff that our tour guides told us, and just because it seemed like the most cost-effective way to kind of bottle up everything that we did. So this is the first of many guidebooks that I got, and that was for the Royal Palace. And then we went to Toledo. We went to the cathedral in Toledo and we went to a metalworking shop. I got a little souvenir penny for the Cathedral of Toledo. It's raining. And then at the metalworking shop, they had swords there and daggers, which a lot of people bought. I didn't. I did buy this cool little fan, which is oddly enough Barcelona-centric, but I thought it was cool just because I wanted something that kind of was definitely Spanish. And then I thought, because we were in a metalworking shop, that I should get something with some metal on it, and this is literally the cheapest thing that I could find. It's just this little metal bracelet, metal leather bracelet with this little metal sort of pendant button thing right there, and it's really pretty. I do wish I'd gotten something a little bit more expensive, but you know. And then one of the sort of last touristy museum things that we did in Madrid was we went to the Museo Arqueológico Nacional, which was also in Madrid. It's the National Archaeological Museum in Spain. I haven't opened this yet, but you can see sort of its postcards of some of the highlights and of the stuff that they have in the museum. My camera shut off again. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to start this over again. I'm just going to start with the Dali Museum. For some reason I put this in my Madrid bag, but we did not go here after Madrid. We went here after Barcelona, so this is a little bit out of order. While we were leaving Barcelona, we went to the Teatre Museo Dali. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly because it's in Catalan, because it's in Catalunya. It's a sort of Dali museum tribute place that sort of showcases a lot of his art, and I naturally got a guidebook that's a little, I have to cover the cover of it because if any of you guys are familiar with Dali's work, you guys know that he loved his nipples. Male nipples, female nipples, all the nipples, and unfortunately I don't want to risk my video being flagged because of a female nipple. You know how that goes on social media, so I'm just going to cover that for you, and I'm not going to risk flipping through the book because, as I said, lots of nipples. Next up is Barcelona. Oh shoot, no! One last thing. On our last day in Madrid, we had a sort of chance to just go shopping in like the non-touristy, youthful part of town. So we went to some just like regular old clothing stores. Wow, we went out there. I didn't buy too much because I, again, wanted to save my money for like more souvenir stuff and for France because I I heard horror stories of how expensive Paris especially would be. But I bought these earrings, which I will probably never buy, but my friend Kate brought these to me, and she was like, oh my gosh, Tati, you have to buy these are so you. And at first I was like, no, I'm not gonna wear those, but then I saw that they're only €2, so I figured, might as well, just because they're really pretty, and even if I don't wear them, I can maybe hang them somewhere. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. This was the dress I got. I don't have very many dresses in blue. I think I have like one other dress that's in blue. And this was a very cute dress. I love the fact that like the creases have this sort of cool pattern in between them. I thought that was really cool, and it kind of matches this little accents on the shoulders. It's so cute. So cute, and it was probably the most expensive thing I bought on this trip, which was like €33, so not that bad at all. That's Madrid done. Now on to Barcelona. I didn't buy much in Barcelona. Pretty much in Barcelona, the big thing is Gaudi. Most of the landmarks in Barcelona are thanks to Gaudi, were designed by Gaudi, built by Gaudi. So I got this complete works of Gaudi book that just sort of shows all of his works in Barcelona. We went to see the Sagrada Familia, the Parque Güell, and I don't remember the last place we went to, but it was the building that's kind of just in downtown Barcelona, so that was very cool to see. So I kind of just bought this just to sort of have a comprehensive, don't need to buy any more money, because I have a book that has most, if not all, of his works in Barcelona. And then I just have this sort of little Parque Güell brochure that we got because we spent some time in there, and it was beautiful. My goodness, the design of it was incredible. And then I just got this little Barcelona magnet. It's just a sort of shoreline of it along the Mediterranean Sea, and it's very pretty. And then this last thing, I didn't get this in Barcelona. I don't know why I put this in my Barcelona bag. I got this in Normandy. Wow, I'm really forgetful as to where I got stuff. I'll talk about it because I pulled it out. But I found this on Gold Beach in Normandy when we were sort of doing our D-Day tour day. I just saw like this much of it sort of buried in the sand, and I was thinking like, oh cool, so I dig it out, and then one of the other girls in the group had the courage to like pry it out of the sand because we weren't sure if it was alive or not. But because I was the one who spotted it first, I got dibs, so I got to take this home. And it's so cool. I've never been able to find a shell like this big and whole just on the beach. There were just tons of like beautiful shells and shell fragments just scattered along the beach. And if you kept a sharp eye, you could sort of see little bits of this, and you could dig it out and pull it out, and it would be whole. So that was a really lucky find that we found in Normandy, not in Barcelona. That was everything I got in Barcelona. Apart from the gifts, I will talk about my gifts that I got for my friends later. And so that means I am on to Paris, which is where I bought the most stuff. Naturally. Well, not just Paris, France in general. But you know, mostly Paris because it's Paris. I don't know what order I will do this in. I'm just gonna pull stuff out, hope for the best. This I bought on our last day of the trip. I just found this at a sort of cheap souvenir stand. It wasn't very cheap at all, it was actually kind of expensive. But it's just a magnet with sort of Notre Dame from behind, so you get to see all of the gorgeous architecture in the back. There's not quite an iconic shot of it, but you do get to see more of it. You think the front is beautiful, the back is so intricate and beautiful as well. It's incredible. I got emotional when I first saw it. It just means a lot to me, even though I'm not Catholic or Christian or any of that. And that brings me to this. It's just a sort of, it's not an actual painting, it is a piece of art that was just copied onto this photo postcard thing. It's just a really cool little painting of Notre Dame from the Beautiful Cafe. And then we have my guidebook of Versailles. I got a magnet of the Hall of Mirrors, but again, we're giving that to a friend of ours. This is just a sort of smaller guidebook. There was a bigger guidebook, but it was super expensive. This was about like, I think, less than €10. It's just a book full of pictures of some of the highlights in the castle. That was Versailles. And then, of course, we had to go to the Louvre. Here's our sort of free information thing. And for some reason, I didn't buy a magnet there, but I bought this pocket guide because my mom's always wanted to go to the Louvre. So yeah, this is just showing most of the pieces in there, and yeah, it's gorgeous. That was one of my favorite things that we did in Paris. I just loved Paris in general. I did not expect to love Paris as much as I did, but I loved it so much. And then we went from Paris to Normandy, and naturally we spent a lot of time sort of just going around to the different beaches where many of the events of D-Day took place, and sort of World War II in general. And we went to the Normandy American Cemetery and Memorial, so this is just the brochure from that, and then I have this little book that's just kind of a history, nonfiction, information book about D-Day. And then when we went back to Paris, we were, of course, in the airport, and they just had this sort of free magazine thing it's bilingual. There's articles that are both in French and in English, so it's a cool way to, I think, kind of practice my French and then be able to have a more accurate translation of it on the next page of each thing. Oh, and then there's just this free map. I kept this one for myself because it's the one that we actually used, so it's a little bit weak around the edges, and I grabbed a new one for Maria because my friend Maria collects maps. One of the things that we did in Paris was we went to the Fragonard, I'm not good at pronouncing French things, but the Fragonard museum tour thing where they kind of explain their process for making their perfumes, and then we got cool little discounts on some of their perfumes, so I just got this little tiny bottle of Belle Chérie. It's just a bottle of the parfum, so it's very strong and it'll last me a while, even though it's so small, so it smells great. I love it. And then I went a little bit macaroon crazy. On the last day we went to La Durée, which is, I think according to our tour guide Stefan, is kind of one of the oldest macaroon shops and pastry shops in Paris. It was one of the first places, if not the first place, to sort of advertise macaroons. So that was very cool. Kind of expensive. I spent, I think, 16 euro on 8 macaroons, which is not actually that bad. It's like about 2 euro per macaroon. This is the bag. I have the box still downstairs because we just finished eating them because I brought some home for my parents. And this is kind of just like my bag of all my macaroon stuff. So in here I have the little pamphlet that we got at La Durée, which is it has all of the macaroon flavors and just stuff about like storage tips and the history of La Durée, and yeah, it's very cool. This is just a little tin that my French teacher gave me. My French teacher was one of the chaperones who came along for the trip. So yeah, she had bought her own macaroons and then she just didn't want to hold on to the tin, so she gave it to me. It's just a cute little macaroon box that I'm probably going to use to store stuff, but for the moment I just have it in this bag. Well, the first place that we went to buy macaroons was in Montmartre. I don't remember the name of it. We got it in a little bag because we only got 3. That was my first experience with French macaroons and Parisian macaroons. This was my second one. Aux Jus Fabricants. It's a chocolate and macaroon store. So I just saved the box because it was foldable so I could keep it. And there weren't too many crumbs in it. My La Durée box, there's a lot of crumbs in it because I stored it in my luggage, and naturally some of them got smushed a little bit. And then this, I don't have the mug with me because I used it, but it's this little tiny espresso mug that came with its own little spoon, and it's one of those mugs that has like the holes in the handle for the spoons. I saw it, my friends saw it, and they're like, oh my gosh, you have to buy it, and I'm like, what about the price, because it's money, and it ended up being only like €3.50, so I bought it. It's another one of my impulse buys, but I love it. It's such a cute little mug, and it's just my aesthetic, all pink and Parisian and macaroons, and I love it. This is just the box from it because the box design is just so cute. That's my little box of macaroon fangirling because I love macaroons so much and went a little bit macaroon crazy in Paris, I will admit. Also on the last day of our tour was the last leg of the Tour de France. It was when the Tour de France was coming back into Paris, so we actually got to see it. We saw 2 waves of bikers go by. That was so cool. I managed to record some of it, so you guys will see it in in the last vlog. We bought they had like kit bags that were 20 euros, and me, Riley, Nico, and Imad kind of split up the bill. We each paid €5 and then split up the stuff that was in it. So I ended up getting this crappy little cap because I didn't feel like getting another string bag or another t-shirt, and I already have a bottle, and I didn't know what I was going to do with the bandana, so I just got this. I'm probably not going to wear it, I'm just going to hang it on my wall probably, but I figured, hey, not too bad, because when else am I going to be in Paris on the day of the Tour de France? It was just such a crazy happenstance, and I feel so lucky that I was even there. It was so cool. It's like, that's not going to protect anyone's face, but hey, it's still a cool trinket. And then, also on our last day, we were on the Champs-Élysées, and we were meeting right in front of this gigantic Disney store in Paris. I didn't actually buy anything, but my friend Riley did, and when you buy something, you get a choice of a reusable bag for just €3. So I asked her if she could buy this, and then I could pay her back. So I paid her back the €3, and I got to keep this because this was the cheapest thing that you could buy that was kind of Paris exclusive. The thing is, like, you can get notebooks or bags or whatever with the word Paris on it or like Parisian designs on them kind of anywhere. Like, I have a notebook that has Parisian designs on it, and that was just from our local Barnes & Noble. I wanted something that sort of kind of proved that I was in Paris, and this is kind of cool. This has like Disney store in Paris, so you can only get this in the Paris Disney store, at least as far as I know. And it was just very cheap, and it's a cool little reusable bag that I can use now for like groceries in the future or for library bags. Who knows? Possibilities are endless. So I'm really glad that I got the chance to buy that, because I really wanted the little Parisian mini, but it was like €30, and I did not have that kind of cash on me at the time. I think that's all the stuff that I bought for myself, so now it's on to the gifts. I don't want to unwrap this because it's already been so nicely wrapped for me at the store, but this I got in Spain. It's a little music box with a picture of the Sagrada Familia on it, and it plays one of Beethoven's sonatas. I don't remember which one exactly, but when I played it, I recognized that it was one of the songs that I learned how to play from my piano teacher. So this is just for her. And then this is for my friend Hannah. It's a fan from Barcelona. You can sort of see it has Barcelona painted on it. And it's just a beautiful fan with this floral design. It's so very Spanish, so I got that for her. And then I got her a little coin purse from Barcelona, because I didn't get her anything from Paris because she's already been to Paris, and when she went to Paris she got me a little coin purse from Paris, so I thought it'd be cool to buy her a little coin purse from Barcelona. I didn't get to buy anything from Madrid, anything from Madrid, because I didn't take my chance on the first day, and we ended up not going to those touristy areas again after that, so I didn't get to buy anything that just had Madrid on it. So I didn't get any presents from there, so it was mostly just Barcelona and Paris. This is Maria's stuff. I had to buy her a map of Barcelona. I couldn't find any for free. And then the free map of Paris. And then from Barcelona, it's kind of like the postcard that I have of Notre Dame. This is one of the Sagrada Familia. By my friend Andy, I got him, oh gosh, these are kind of bent up, but from Barcelona I got him a postcard of the Colón Porte de Colón. It's just a square memorial thing for Christopher Columbus, because boy do they love Columbus over in Spain. And then just a postcard of the Eiffel Tower, because of course. Also from Spain is I got this little sort of pencil mug thing, because Andy told me that he really just wanted something special from Spain, so that's the special thing that I got from Spain. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to quickly wrap this up now because I just heard the doorbell ring. Thanks for watching. Look out for the vlogs. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.